Hello everybody, welcome to a new Let's Play series, and this time we'll be playing Rust. It's a brand new little game that's still in alpha, pretty early alpha. It's just kind of come out. Right now we're playing the February 11th version that's come out, and I'm sure that pretty much everything that I say in these next couple of videos is going to be completely different in a small amount of time. So keep that in mind. If you're watching these videos and it's not the same as what you're playing, that's probably why. There's probably some kind of update. Just like Minecraft, when Minecraft first came out, the early alpha it's so dramatically different than the game that we have now for Minecraft. Speaking of Minecraft, this game kind of draws inspirations from, at least in my opinion, from Minecraft, definitely DayZ, and a little bit Stalker, if you've played those games. It's got elements of all those games. You can kind of craft stuff, you gather resources, craft stuff to make basic items, and as you go along you can find blueprints to craft even more advanced items. And the whole... Actually, I say DayZ, but, prior to a couple of weeks ago this game had zombies in it, but the developers decided to take them out, so it's not really not really much DayZ anymore, but and Stalker, I guess, because there's little pockets of radiation here and there. But anyways, let's get going here. We'll play the game, and you'll see that it brings up a bunch of servers. Now this game is totally multiplayer. There's no single player whatsoever. The little planet button is official servers. Now I haven't been successful in finding many of those. I've just been playing the community servers. And I've just kind of been playing the game just to get my bearings straight with it. It can be a little overwhelming at first. You literally start the game with a rock, pretty much practically naked. Now when you're searching for a server, it's always good to kind of arrange by ping. That's what I always do, so that the lowest ping is first. I've got the start, that's why it's not saying it. Just way, you don't join a server that's particularly laggy. And if you're a total noob beginner, I would highly recommend joining a server that says, no PvP or no kill on site, no raiding, etc., etc. Because unless you're like really daring and you just don't care, because chances are you're gonna run into somebody, and even though you got nothing but a rock, they're probably gonna kill you because people in this game are pretty ruthless. I was playing it the other day, and I was running around with bare bones nothing. I had the rock. I was totally naked, because you always start out naked. And a guy approached me, and he had his mic held down, and he was singing into the mic. And I go, oh, he's probably friendly. He gets right up to me, shoots me in the face, and just keeps running along singing. Didn't even say anything. So that can totally happen. I found a nice little server over here. Where is it? Oh, it seems to be gone. I had played it. It was called Double Z, and it was a no kill on site server, so maybe let's try to find something like that. Let's see. No abuse, no hack. Kind of want to find something, like I said, no PvP. East Coast, no PvP. All right, and it's got 0 players. Maybe we'll come back. Let's see if we can find a better one. Let's see. PvP. I'll search around, and when I find something good, I will come back. Alright, I found one here. Multiplayer, no PvP, no raiding, no sleepers, noobs welcome, and there's 10 people on it. So let's try to join. Now, sometimes it doesn't let you join for whatever reason, and it looks like that's happening here, so we'll just see what happens. Yep. For whatever reason, sometimes it just doesn't want to let you in. I'll try it one more time before we pick another one. Yeah, it looks like it's not gonna work. Yep. Okay, so I'm gonna keep searching around. Alright, I'm just going to pick this one. Noob friendly, PvP, halfcraft, active admins. Let's see if that one will let us join. Oh, if you're wondering about some of these things, Vanilla means no mods. Sleepers means that when you log off, your body will stay in the game exactly where you left it, and he'll look like he's asleep to anyone walking by. Now, you might not like that. I kind of think it's an extra challenge. So you can't really just randomly log off. Let's say you're getting shot at. You know, you can't just randomly log off and disappear. You'll actually fall to the ground, and someone can kill you. So let's try this one. No lag, active admins. Or was it this one? Yeah, noob friendly PvP, and there's only 2 people on, so I doubt we'll actually run into anybody. And this one looks like it actually wants to work, so that's good. Here we go. We're loading in here. Hopefully it'll be sometime in the daytime and not stark nighttime. As it is right now, it's it's absolutely the dead of night. It can't get any more nighttime than this. Okay, so, you know, let's say this happens. You got some options here. You see down at the bottom, number 3 is your torch. So if we hit that, we have a torch, and we can sort of see what's going on. Of course, the only bad thing about this is other people, you light up like crazy. If anyone that's around can actually see you when you've got the torch. Now, controls are your standard first-person shooter, WSAD, shift to run, control to crouch, etc., etc. And it's kind of hard to see anything right now because it's dead midnight. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm just going to pause it at this current juncture and wait till morning comes. This way we can actually see what's going on. We can actually have a better idea of where we are. So we'll do that. Okay, the sun is just starting to come up now, so we can actually see a little better where we are. So here we are, and if we press the 1 key, we get our rock. This is our main tool for resourcing, gathering resources. Now I can see some wood over here. Now you can whack these trees here, but it'll only give you 1 wood, and it's kind of limited. So I'm going to go over to these wooden piles. They're a little bit better. And we're just going to smack it with our rock. And it's going to slowly gather. Emphasis on slowly. Slowly gathering. See, we're getting 7 wood per hit. It's kind of cool. They added these little graphics where the wood kind of flies apart as you hit it. Now there was more. Here we go. I'm just going to hatchet this. Gather all these resources. We want to get a good deal of them first. Good deal of wood and also rock, which we will see in a bit. Smacking away here. This is nice. Normally you don't see clusters of wood like that. You're gonna have to search a little further, but this is good for right now. There we go. Next thing we're really gonna start to want to look for is animals to eat and also rocks. And speaking of animals, there is a deer. Now deer are pretty difficult to kill with the rock, especially. You kind of have to sneak up on them by crouching, and when you smack them, they kind of run away. But let's just see. Hello, deer. They're kind of stupid. Alright, smacked it, and there it goes. So you kind of just gotta let it run. It's gonna run for any amount of time. There we go, it stopped. We're gonna sneak. Sneak up again. Or smack it again. Ooh, come back. Oh, there she goes. So it's gonna take about 3 to 4 more hits. So here we go. Let's do another one. Smack it. Now for you animal. Oh. Oh shoot. Oh god. Oh god. Those are wolves. Okay. That's not good. We have to run. We have to run now. That was bad luck. So this is what happens when you play Rust. We are running. We are running and running. And they're still chasing us. Oh yeah, they're really chasing us. They're biting us. Yep, so we're just gonna keep running, and hopefully they'll go away eventually. Now they were supposed to have shortened the amount of time that the animals chase you for, but it looks like that just didn't happen. Because they're still behind us. Okay, they're finally starting to go away. Maybe. Of course, as we're running, we'll probably run into somebody that'll shoot us in the face, or another pack of wolves. We'll see. Tell you what, I'm gonna pause it and come back when they stop chasing me. Okay, so they finally stopped chasing me after, like, running for another 2 minutes, and but that's okay, that's a good thing, because we've come across a ton of resources, which I'm gonna gather. We hit the tab key, and we come up, we can see our inventory here. We have 196 wood. Oh, and look, there's a bear. Okay, so these are the things that happen when you start Rust. You kind of run into a lot of early problems, like wildlife that just tries to kill you. On top of that, let's say this is a pretty populated server. I think there's only 2 people on right now, so it's unlikely we're going to run into people. But let's say there were a bunch of people. You would not only have to fend off the wildlife, but also the psychopaths that just like to shoot everyone they see on sight, which you're undoubtedly going to run into. Okay, so let's hit tab and let's craft ourselves something a little better than a rock. So I'm going to come over here. You can see the crafting menu. I'm going to select the stone hatchet, and it's going to require 5 stone. So we have 4 stone, of course. We don't have quite enough stone yet, so let's just run over. Luckily there's another stone here, and I don't see any animals. So it goes to show you, don't go running into places without looking around first in Rust. There used to be zombies, and you know, I liked the zombies, but for whatever reason the developers decided to go a different route. They took them out recently. And there we go. Let's try that stone hatchet again. So we'll hit the craft button. We want 1 of them. And it's going to take 18 seconds. Now when you're crafting, you notice in the bottom right it says crafting with the little gears, and you can't really move too fast. You kind of just crawl along at this pace until it's finished. So I'm just going to smack this tree in the meantime. Just because it feels good. Should be done. There we go. So now we have a stone hatchet. We'll just take the rock, move it away. Now press the 1 key. We have a slightly better tool, and there's a wolf. I just saw it over there. There's also a deer, and we are going to need food. So maybe I can just kind of sneak around, and maybe, yeah, it's down there by that tree. It's kind of close. I don't know. I'm gonna sneak, and maybe this thing will run away in the opposite direction. Oh wow, it's like right there, that wolf. So let's smack it this way. Yes, good. Run that way. Good. Away from the wolf. We don't want that wolf chasing us again, because that would be very unfortunate. Wouldn't be very much of a Let's Play series if every 2 seconds I get chased by a stupid wolf. There's another hit. Ooh, of course it's going back towards the wolf. So these are the things. These are the things that happens in Rust. Alright, I'm going to smack it the other way now. There it goes. Oh, it's chicken. There we go. Alright, so you killed something. Smack it and you get the food. There's the thing. Oop, oop, oop. There she goes. And let's give it another smack. Oh my gosh. Okay, so 1 more hit should probably do it. Hopefully that wolf isn't nearby. Okay. So it's going to take another hit. It's going to run this way. This should most definitely do it, and if it doesn't, that'd be very silly. There we go. So now the deer is down. We'll gather. You'll notice that the deer gives a chicken too. Everything gives a chicken in Rust. Whether it's a chicken or a deer or whatnot. So there's a lot of rocks. I'm just going to start harvesting them. And, you know, gathering as many resources as possible so we can get a good jump here. We're in a pretty nice valley. So you see we harvest way quicker now. A little bit faster and a little more per hit. Oh, that's a wolf. Oh, Jesus. Okay. So there we go. Again, a wolf is chasing us. I'm just going to get on these rocks, and usually that kind of deters them. If you look in the bottom right, it says hunger. Once your hunger kind of drops below 500, it says you start to get hungry. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Keep running. Keep running. Oh my god, it's still chasing me. I can't believe that. Okay. So as you can see, this game is very early alpha at the moment. Some very silly things happen like this. The wolves just never seem to stop chasing you. Oh my god. Which I'm sure they'll fix. I'm sure they will fix that. Oh my goodness. I keep breaking my legs. Actually, it is possible to break your legs. It'll say injured, and you won't be able to move faster than a crawl. If that happens, you just kind of wait, and it should get better. Now, hopefully that dumb wolf won't chase us all the way. Okay, good, it stopped. Okay, so I think I'll call this Wolf Valley just because, well, it's infested with them. Alright. So we got cloth, stones, metal ore, and sulfur ore, along with wood, animal fat, some chicken breast, and there's our rock. So the first thing you want to kind of do is, once you have enough wood, you're going to want to craft a wooden shelter. And now you're going to want to put that shelter somewhere away from the main drag of everything. A lot of people will just, a lot of noobs will put the shelter up like right by the main road, and what that'll do is just have a big, basically a big neon sign saying, "Hey everyone, break into this, I'm a noob." So you kind of want to put it away from popular things, like usually towards cliff walls is okay, or high up on mountains, but not where people can see them. This looks like a nice little resource valley here, so I think that's another thing. You kind of want to put them where there's resources. This is a kind of nice little cove in here. It's kind of like sheltered by this tree and these rocks, so I'm going to build this shelter right here. So crafting, wood shelter. It's going to require 50 wood. We'll craft it. It's going to take 30 seconds. So while that's crafting, we'll just take a look around. At this moment, there's no in-game map. It's very much like DayZ, where if you want to see a map, I think, just kind of Google Rust map, and you should find it. And I think the site is called rustmap.something, and you'll find the actual map, and you'll quickly find that it's a massive map. It's huge, so it'll take a while for you to figure out where you are and where you're going. I've been playing this game for about a week now, and I'm just starting to figure out where stuff is. Alright, so I think we're going to put our little shelter right about here. There we go. If it's green, you can click it there. Alright, next we're going to want a door. Wooden door. Take another 30 seconds. And so you see we get this basic little shack. Now this will be good enough to protect us from the elements. Like, no animals can get in there. You know, basically that's about it. Animals. There used to be zombies. Now they're like red bears and wolves. So no bears and wolves can get in. However, players can come and knock your door down. If they smack your door long enough, it'll eventually break. So that's just something to keep in mind. That's why you kind of want to put these far away from everything. So press 4, get our door going. Sometimes you have to mess with it. There we go. Press the E and it'll open. Now it's locked to everybody else except you. If you hold it down, you can either choose unlock, which I highly recommend not doing, or change lock, and it'll put it so there's a combination on there. That's like if you were playing with a group of people, you could put a combination on the door and your friends could open it, but I would highly recommend against giving your combination to anybody you don't know. Alright, next, we are quite hungry, and so you're probably thinking, oh, let's just eat the chicken while it's raw, so we gotta cook it. So we're gonna build a campfire. It's gonna take 5 wood. And we'll put that little campfire down and we'll be able to cook our chicken. And it's just in the nick of time. I think you lose more hunger quicker when you're injured. It takes the food to heal you. Also, when you're cold, it'll take more hunger out of you. Alright, campfire. So we'll put this right over here. And we will hold down E to open. And I'm just going to right click and hit split, and it'll split that chicken up so it'll cook faster. Now you get 5 wood to start, but I'm just going to put a little more wood in there just to really make sure it cooks. So 31. And tab out and press E and it'll start cooking that chicken. Now you'll see in the bottom right now it says comfort, and that's good. When you got a fire, you're comfortable, you'll heal faster and you'll lose food slower when you're comforted. And it's midday right now, so we're not cold, but as it gets towards evening and nighttime, you'll see a cold icon come up. Now if cold comes up, again, you'll lose food quicker. And in these early stages of the game, you definitely don't want to lose food quickly because it's going to be hard for you to find food in general. We got kind of lucky in finding that deer there. Normally, you know, sometimes you have to kind of run around for a while before you find any animals. Again, that's just, you know, you'll learn the map. There's certain areas that spawn animals a little more quickly. Alright, let's check. So it's already cooked a bunch of the food, so we'll drag it over here and we'll press 4. Makes a little munching noise. Now we've gained 500 food, but let's hit it again. So now we're at 1,000. That's quite good. Another thing to keep in mind is when you have a fire on, it really attracts attention. People can see the smoke, they can see the light from the fire. Not so much at day, but during the nighttime, it's like another, again, it's like a beacon saying, hey everybody, I have food and shelter. And if you're playing on a pretty populated server, people are going to run over to you. And like I was playing the other day, and I just got all my shelter and wood. It was a pretty populated server. It was PvP, and I just got that shelter down before dark and started cooking my food. And sure enough, a guy came over and he was like, "Hey, could you open the door? I'm hungry." And just, you know, if that ever happens to you, don't do it. Because I opened the door thinking, oh, I'll help this guy out, and I get shot in the face. So you don't want to do that. You kind of want to, again, be careful where you put your starting shelter, because it's going to attract attention. Another thing is don't forget where you put it, because there's no way of like homing back into it. You kind of just have to remember, like, alright, I'm in a valley by the water and there's a tree, it's by the rocks. You kind of have to remember that. So here we are midday. So the next thing that you would really do in this situation is just continue to gather both food and resources. I'm just kind of keeping an eye out just to make sure I don't see any mean animals or mean players. So I see some resources over here. Lots of resources, that's good. Hopefully we'll find some pigs. Pigs are easier. Ooh, what's that? Okay, whew, I thought that was a wolf. That's a wood pile. That's another thing. You'll start getting very paranoid, and it looks like someone had already started to gather this. So someone has been around here. I don't know how recently. But let's just continue to harvest. Kind of just run around. Smacking these rocks. Kind of feels satisfying hitting these rocks. Like, you know, you'll feel good hitting it. Now these kind of yellowish rocks here give you both stone, metal ore, but mostly sulfur ore. And we use sulfur, you combine it with charcoal, and you get gunpowder. Which, that's kind of like a middle to late game, more middle game novelty or luxury to have. With gunpowder you can make bullets, you can make grenades. But at this early stage, you're really going to want to focus just mainly on wood and stones. Or just smack everything you see. You know, that works too. So what you can start doing with more wood is you can start making better shelters than just the regular shelter. You can actually build an actual fortress, which we will do in subsequent episodes. Okay. A couple more stones. So what I'm going to do now is kind of hunt around for food. Just because we only have 4 food left. So what I might do is, believe it or not, I might head back over to where those wolves and deer were, because I get this feeling that there was a lot more food over there than in this particular area. Now there's wolves, of course, but let me see, I got 10 cloth. We can actually craft a bow. So I'll do that when we get back to our house. Back at the shelter here. So let's go to crafting. We actually got enough cloth, I think, to make a bow. Let's just give it a shot. Where is it? We go down here. And... nope, weapons. Here we go. Hunting bow. Yes, so it takes 5 cloth. So let's craft a hunting bow. Now with this thing, you'll have a much better shot at killing the various dangerous wildlife. Takes a little bit to get used to the bow, but once you get used to it, it's like your best friend. I think it does the most damage out of any of the guns. Two arrows usually kills a player, usually kills most animals. So there's our bow, and of course we need arrows. So arrow requires 1 stone and 4 wood, and I think you get a batch of 4. So let's get 10, 12 rather. I can count. 20 seconds. Okay, just about ready. And there we have it. We have 12 arrows now. So let's do one more thing too while we're here. Let's make a storage box. A wood storage box takes 30 wood. Now it's a good idea to always have those, because you don't want to you don't want to go outside with every bit of equipment that you have, because most likely you're going to die. I mean, that's just the thing of this game. You're just going to die a lot. And so you don't want to lose all your stuff. So we'll go ahead and put that box down right around here. Now, don't put it too close to the walls, because people can actually get the items through the walls. It's kind of like a glitch right now. I'm sure they'll fix that. So we'll move all of our valuable materials into the box here. Starting rock we can throw on the ground. I might just leave stones and wood here in case I need more arrows. So here we go. Let's go off and hunt. I'm going to find some animals here. Just coming over the cliff here, and I can see there's a wolf and a bear in the distance. But with my trusty new bow, we are going to take them out. We're going to kill those things. Eat some more food here. We're going to hunt some little better game here. Okay, here we go. So, okay, there's the wolf. There we go. So we're just going to sneak. And I don't want to get too close because I'll activate it and that'll just piss him off. So here we go. Let's see if I can hit this damn thing. And we missed. Okay, so the bow is pretty tricky to get used to. Let's try again. There we go. There's a hit. So just one more. Got him. We can now smack it with our hatchet here. Wolves, I think, will give you blood, along with cloth and all the other goodies. So you see, we got 3 blood, 5 food, 5 fat, and 20 cloth. That's awesome. Let's get this bear. Bear, I think, takes 4 arrows, so you really want to make sure you're not too close to these guys when you attack them. Let's see if I can nail him from over here. Alright, there's one. He's going to start chasing us. Back pedal. There's 2. 3. And there we go. Sticking out of him. Smack this guy. Now, this guy, bears give you leather, which is really good for making armor and other sort of things. So there we have it. So we've pretty much given us enough food and stuff to survive for another couple days. I think we'll go back, and there's one more thing we need to do before we call it a day in this one. Alright, I miraculously found our house again, so let's go back in, and like I said, there's one last thing we need to do, and that's to craft ourselves a sleeping bag. It takes 15 cloth, but we have 30. So the purpose of a sleeping bag is, let's say you die. If you don't have a sleeping bag, you'll respawn in any old random location on the map, and it'll take forever to find your stuff again. But if you put a sleeping bag down and you die, you can choose respawn at camp, and it'll bring you right back to your base. But there's a 4-minute cooldown, so let's say you die again within 4 minutes, you can't spawn back at your base again. So make sure you wait that 4 minutes if you die. So there it is, there's our sleeping bag, and hopefully I've left enough room in here to put it. And we'll put it right, yep, maybe, let's see. I have, like, if you're like me, you kind of have OCD when you put stuff down. Here we go. That's good. So there we are. There's our sleeping bag. We've got our campfire. Again, we can hold E, open it up, and split these up so that we can eventually cook them. And I'll just put all the valuables into the box here. And I'll show you what we can do with all these other goodies in the next episode. So until then, see you later.